So it's been a while since I've made a video like this where I'm actually talking, and most of the videos I've been making so far have been just kind of text because I just haven't had time to do something like this. I guess just haven't made time for it, but this is pretty much the finished product, the last part to the server build, everything. Yeah, so let's kind of get into it and how everything is. So the frame itself is wooden. I was looking online to actually see if there was anything that was similar to like sort of this size. Couldn't find anything, and anything that was this size was just overly expensive. So I just kind of that wasn't a really good idea. So I kind of just turned that down. That's kind of one of the things that I just left that one alone. There were server racks available, but for this particular size, it was just too expensive. So yeah. I'll put some pictures on the screen now so you guys can actually see the frame and see the build. If you actually want to see more of it, there's I have the videos and everything of it up on the channel so you guys can actually see it yourselves. So this is the server. The bottom one is the file server. The top one is the web server, and that one is my laptop. What I'm using for the router is a TP-Link router. Go ahead and connect that again. It's everything's coming in from the router. Goes over this short cable, and then goes from, this is the router, this one's a firewall, this one is an unmanaged Netgear switch. It's another firewall, Sonic Wall Pro 2040, and a Cisco switch, and yeah. So yeah, it's pretty much everything. The cable management doesn't seem that bad. I think I could do a little bit better, but for the time being, it's pretty good for what it is for the time being. All the ports for this I forget the name of this. Basically, everything that's plugged into here is being used for something. Let's go around to the front. So for the file server, I'm using an Optiplex 390. The web server is 380. The 390 is the large form factor one. I forget the name of it. Before I was using the Linksys router for everything. Then I switched over to the TP-Link because it had better. It was better. The Linksys router is great and everything. It had DDWRT on it, but I didn't really like it too much. So everything here. So the 380 I picked up at a thrift store. The VPN firewall I picked up at a thrift store, and this one I bought offline. The Cisco switch I bought offline. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This server, both servers are running Debian 8.1. The web server is running a print, web, and SSH server. And this one's running Debian 8.1. It doesn't have any of that installed on it. Just the web server has all that. Yeah, it's not very much, but for the time being, it's a lot for me. I like it. Before I was using a lot of these longer cords, cables to even connect to it. Before I was using these really long ass cords, I had to stuff the extra and up here and down here for these two, for the connect from the switch to the firewall and back to the unmanaged switch. I was using these Ethernet cords. They're 6 inches, 6-inch Ethernet cords. They're pretty good. yeah, they're from Monoprice. They're about 78 cents each. Their shipping was really great too, so it came in really quickly. Everything was really good with it. As far as problems go with like building this server, so far I'm still having a problem with the web server where I'm not able to SSH into it for some reason. I don't know why. It's not even showing up on the network as a device. And if you actually go around back, it's showing orange, which means there's no data being sent. In other words, I'm pretty sure that means that it's basically just showing it's not on the network. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that. I'll have to figure it out. Yeah, as far as the difficulties, the Cisco switch was a pain in the ass to configure. I'm still not sure if this is even on the network anymore. It still has this weird, it's not showing up. It only shows up when I actually put this in express setup mode, where you hold the mode button down for about 3 seconds, and then that's when it'll work. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. I don't know. I'm not able to log into it, but for some reason it shows up. Everything works on it, so I don't know. The same with the blue cable is the web server, black one is the file server, the yellow one is for the firewall. So all these can connect to the network down here. So it all just comes back, and then yeah. I'm thinking about getting a patch panel, so I'm thinking about getting a patch panel so I can move all this down, put a patch panel up here, and then yeah, have that set up. The difficulty isn't too hard with building this. As far as like questions goes, you guys can ask questions down in the comment section below, and I don't mind answering any questions about it. I'm still working on it. Updating it is a pain in the ass since everything is coming in from the router itself, and it's not connected to the internet. The only way I can connect this to the internet is so I have to basically I have this long ass 20-inch or 20-foot Cat 6 Ethernet cable that I have to run from the router downstairs to my other router and connect it to there for me to update these two servers. I'm able to log in everything. It's just this whole network is by itself, so I can access everything in this network, just nothing on the internet. That's all it is. Everything that I bought from this in total, I paid about $15 for this firewall. I paid about $24 for the switch, for Cisco switch. This was about 10. This was 15. This was about $8. This was $3. Those web server, the 380 was, where's that at? Yes, 380. It was $6 since it was on sale. It didn't have a CPU in it, nor did it have any RAM, so I had to get some RAM for that. This was about $44, and it had some problems. I don't know why the 390 had some problems. I have a much better CPU. I have an i3 3070 or 34 or 3270, something like that. Way better chip, and for some reason it does not boot with that, and I'm not entirely sure why that's the case, but that's what it is. So yeah, the wood, it's very poorly built. I wouldn't recommend it to people who are really like getting into this, like the server, like stuff. Like I wouldn't recommend building your own server rack. It's not a good idea. I'm thinking about buying an actual server rack soon, but for the time being, I'm just gonna keep this the way it is because I like how it looks. It's clean, and for what it's being used for is there's no reason to do all that, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. And yeah, if you guys have any questions on how any of this works, just comment down in the comment section below, and I'll answer any of your questions. As far as how it works. So initially, when I plug up to the internet connection comes through here, and then it comes through the this 6-inch Ethernet cable, connects to the firewall, and then the firewall sends it up to the switch, where pretty much anything I connect to the switch up here, it can connect to these two down here and the switch. I'm not entirely too sure how to configure the Sonic Wall firewall. I'm pretty sure I have to use a COM port to use it, to configure it properly. So yeah, I'm looking into it, but for the time being, the firewall and this switch are basically unused. They're just here for the time being. I'm gonna utilize these two in the future, but right now I'm just not going to be touching them at all. So yeah, the old WRT router, I'm gonna take this out soon. There's no need for it to be here, but the only reason why I'm keeping it here is because it just it supports this one, supports this router, and it just looks nice. So I'm just kind of leaving it here. Yeah, the blue Ethernet cable goes through here. This is for the web server. This one's for the file server, and yeah, it's pretty good so far. It's really nice. I set it to automatic login, but right now it's not logged in, so I just gotta log in real quick. Just hold on for a second. So yep, it's pretty much the server and well, the file server itself. And yeah, it's connected to the network, as you can see. I've had some problems in the past where it wouldn't connect, but so far I fixed it, and there's no problems now. So yeah, but that's pretty much the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did like the video, please give it likes and thumbs up. It really helps out the channel and the video. If you didn't like it, you can hit the dislike button. Tell me where I can improve. But as far as that goes, I love you guys, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.